Okay, so this drama went a little bigger than I was previously expecting. Originally, it was just about the daily login reward changes. Now, the story is kind of getting sidetracked, and I'm finding this to happen more and more and more with these type of stories and dramas. What ends up happening is we start with a point. We start with, okay, the login rewards are being changed. 5-star chickens are being removed. Sacred shards are being removed. It's being replaced with a free legendary every 4 months. That's what's happening. The people are obviously not okay with it. Some content creators come out, don't really catch how big of a change it is. Some people go out and do catch how big of a change it is. Some people catch how big of a change it is from one point of view. Some catch how it is from another point of view, okay? But what matters is when a change happens, people go, they give their feedback. This is what I think, etc. Okay? That's what ends up happening. Then what happens is everyone else looks around after giving their feedback and sees this guy's feedback is not the same as my feedback. And then everyone, instead of we're all facing in a line with like muskets, right? Shooting at the enemy. And then everyone looks and sees this guy missed. And everyone starts looking at each other and arguing amongst ourselves. It's the worst possible thing that can happen in this type of situation. Unfortunately, the conversation has now gone from Plarium is trying to bone us to sort of a content creator civil war. I have a policy on this channel, and longtime viewers know this, that I don't make videos on this channel with the explicit reason of just calling out other content creators or getting mad at other content creators. I've always said the line, and I stick to my line of war is good business, but civil war is not good business. I personally believe that going after the company, talking about what the company is doing wrong is great business. I think that you should do that. And not only is it good business for you, but it's good business for your YouTube audience. It helps out the people who are also playing the game to have somebody as a strong critic to hold the fire to the feet of Plarium, if you will. I have no problem with this stance on games. I do this stance myself on games. I tend to be more critical. I tend to think that that's why viewers like me personally. What I don't do is send shots at other content creators and curse them out and do things like that. And it seems like the same person who called me a crybaby for making a video about when I left the content creation program, and he made 3 videos about my one video about leaving the content creation program, has now also been booted out of the content creation program and is now insulting every other content creator out there. And so what we're going to do on this video here today is I'm going to be explaining the relationship content creators have with Plarium in a very transparent, open, informative, logical type of way so that you can understand exactly what may or may not be the reasoning for content creators to have the opinion they do on different updates. The point of this video is not to send shots at people because I love all the content creators in the space. I don't have problems with these people. I would consider them my friends. Hopefully they feel the same way. However, in this space, there's a variety of opinions and ways people interact with the game and say their opinion on YouTube. And I don't necessarily have problems with the way people tend to handle their business. When I was booted out of the content creation program, and I left, I did like, you can't fire me, I quit type of thing. When I got out of the program, let's say, nobody really made a video having my back that I can remember. I think Brad did a video where me and him went on this channel together, and he was about the closest one to talk about it. And that's really about it. No one really made posts saying that like, it was scumming me of Plarium to do it or anything like that. And there's a reason for that. In fact, people made negative videos about me. And the reason for that is it is always easier to go with the grain than without the grain as a YouTuber. So if you're a YouTuber and you have 14 YouTubers that are all part of the content creation program and one YouTuber who's outside of the content creation program, it is significantly easier to all have the same opinion when there's 14 of you than it is to have the one opinion on the outside. That does not necessarily mean that the person on the outside, being myself or the other person kicked out of the content creation program in this particular instance, doesn't have the right opinion. It doesn't mean they have the wrong opinion. Like either people are welcome to their opinion. I don't particularly find a large chunk of the other YouTubers' opinions on this login reward issue to be, in my opinion, 100% correct or 100% figuring out exactly why it's a bummer. I think that there is some validity to the point that a lot of content creators get a lot of resources and forget what it is like to be a free-to-play. Oh, wait, they don't, because they all play free-to-play accounts that don't get resources. You can see how quickly it is to believe that type of thing because you can go that train of logic. It's not the way the world works. People are not out there being villains trying to think I need to suck up to Plarium in order to get my stuff. I will say that the login rewards change is a really big bad deal. It's a bummer of a deal. If you're getting a lot of free stuff, it's less of a bummer of a deal for you. If you have a main account that you play more than you're free to play and you're only making a free to play account for content, it's a lot less of a big deal for you. That might sway your opinion. However, keep in mind these YouTubers, it is 100% their job to talk about Raid Shadow Legends. Trust me, thought process goes into what they're saying. When somebody makes a video saying they like the change, they thought it through. When they come through and then say they didn't think it through and now they don't like the change and they change their opinion from liking it to not liking it, you can trust that there's been a thought process in there. And my point of this being is you have to sign an NDA for Raid Shadow Legends in this day and age. I didn't have to sign one. I was the caveat that made it where all future people do have to sign one because of the issues that they had with me on this channel. The amount of rewards you're getting from Plarium is a significant amount, okay? It's a significant amount to be worth a financial amount to the person receiving the rewards. The test server account that you receive from Plarium is a really big deal because it gives you advanced notice, preparedness, and everything for a video. You can record what you need to record. You can test what you need to test. All of that on the test server. It's a really big deal. Being cut off from these type of things is going to impact your business of being a full-time YouTuber. And on top of it, this is a business relationship that the YouTubers have cultivated with Raid Shadow Legends. It is unrealistic to expect them to throw away this business relationship every time somebody else has an issue with Raid. Not everyone threw it away when I had an issue with Raid, and Babe had tried to kind of force me into fake legalese by saying that, I'd signed stuff I didn't sign. No one really gave a shit about me when I did it. I don't understand why anyone would give a shit about anyone else. I did say at the time that, hey man, once they come for me, and I copy-pasted the message that they DM me into the content creator chat because I said, look, they're going to slowly start kicking people out. Once they do this to one person, me being the first, they're going to do it to others. I posted it in the chat, and the same person who got kicked out next was making fun of me for saying that. So in my personal opinion, the way I see it is this. YouTubers have to stick together. The YouTubers need to stick together because the power relies in the unity. However, the way you treat your fellow content creators is definitely going to influence whether or not they choose to stick together with you. In the beginning of my time on YouTube, when I was here, I spent a pretty good amount of time helping out other YouTubers who were just starting out, names who are doing pretty good now, with hardware, software, things like that. I still try to do that with other smaller YouTubers or continue to help people with stuff as I know. And I can tell you for a fact, other YouTubers do that sort of thing for people too. YouTubers aren't this completely 100% selfish type of people. I would say that it's a business. People are logging onto YouTube to do a job. They're going to treat it like a job. They're going to try to make money. I try to make money when I do this too. They're not going to sever business relationships. They're not going to go out of their way from a login reward to end what's probably a $100,000 financial business relationship with a company. You have to realize if you get an in-game plug, that's a 6-digit plug in valuation, easily. People aren't going to throw that away just to throw some curse words at Plarium over a login event reward that they've already made their opinion that they don't like. And I think it's unrealistic to expect those people to do that, okay? That doesn't mean that they can't sit on the fence and annoy you. Some people do that. But I promise you, it's not because they're scared of Plarium. It's most of the time because they're scared of you guys, the audience. I've been vocal enough on this channel and had enough raw opinions that go against what the common people think to get flamed enough by my own viewers. I've had that happen tons of times. And I've seen when other YouTubers get flamed by the comments and stuff, it affects people a lot. You don't understand. When people sit there and write, you little blah, 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 it actually bothers people. It ruins their day. It does. And I've seen this with my friends, my other content creators. And a lot of people don't want to go out there and give these big emotional reactions because they've seen people like me go out there and do it, and they've seen how you get flamed. The same Reddit who upvoted some of my most watched stuff of all time, who loved me for leaving the program and sticking up to Plarium and all that, even though I'm still sticking up to Plarium, and this time fighting for free-to-play people is what I'm doing now. Now they hate me because they said that I left the game but then came back. But I came back because the viewers asked me to. That's what people don't understand, is the YouTubers follow the views, the subs, what you, the audience, is showing them. So if people constantly go and show up to top 5 this character, best epics this, best factions that's because you guys want to see that content. You guys are asking for that content. You're wanting to see the rares because you're watching it. If the videos aren't getting views, they aren't going to watch it. But people are watching it, so they're going to do it. And why, for the love of God, would you give up all of the things that you get for free to allow you to do that content? I've never been a guy who go out there and makes mastery guides. I'm not a guy who goes out there and does spreadsheets. I don't do any of that high effort stuff. I like comedy, entertainment, and opinions. That's me. That's my channel. I don't need any of the content creation stuff to do that. A plugin game would have been dope. Could have got my 1,000, 100,000 sub plaque easier. But I don't need in-game stuff to do that. If you're out there making guides for people who are telling you they like your guides, you're helping people, you're getting statistics telling you you're helping people, and you can see that data, why would you remove yourself from a test server? Why would you remove yourself from the content creation program rewards? Why would you remove yourself from that to try to help the people again over the login rewards when you're already helping people and they're telling you you're helping them by watching the guides? So you have to realize there's a balance. You have to think of it from every way. I myself have my own personal opinion I haven't really got into that's kind of annoyed at some of the responses too, honestly. But I'm not out here, that's not the point of the video, because you have to understand the dynamics. The point of this video is to try to give some real honest information, and hopefully people watch it so they actually know why YouTubers do the things they do and why YouTubers aren't required to do things for you. Because if you're not a fan and you're not watching and you're not giving them the data showing that you like what they're doing here, why would they chase the person who doesn't like what they're doing? They're going to chase what it is people are confirming they already want to watch. So hopefully this video made a few points that help you keep a little bit informed and a little bit less ragey about it. You know, I like to do rants. I like to do anger, but there's logic behind it. Like, there's reasons behind what I'm doing. And if you follow my train of thought, my process, and you follow this channel, you understand it's always coming from a place of logic and debate. It's not coming from fuck everybody, no one has a backbone. Because why would anyone have a backbone to stand up for you ever if that's what you say about them?